AI can now write books, copy masterpieces of artists, compose symphonies, create fully produced pop music that many people can't tell the difference from, and make short movies that look like they had $1 million budgets. And it's just getting started. There are going to be best-selling books, hit songs, top-grossing films, and works of art that people cannot tell the difference and won't care. So let me ask you this question. If a machine can do your art, whatever that is, better than you, does that mean it was never yours to begin with? Does that mean that you were never meant to really be an artist, or as humans, our days are numbered? Or does it mean that you and many of us have been creating from the wrong place all along and are in danger of increasingly creating from the completely wrong place, and that you're going to need to find a new place to create from or face obsolescence? So hi there, I'm Derek Rydall, founder of the Law of Emergence and author of the best-selling books Emergence and the Abundance Project, and soon to be A Whole New Human, the 10 evolutions we must have to survive and thrive in the AI age. And as an author and a creator, I'm someone that spent the better part of my life chasing what I thought was success and impact, from coding simulations as a kid and my mom being afraid the FBI was going to come knocking on the door, to nearly dying on a film set when I was trying to be a star as an actor, to ultimately losing my son in a tragic accident. I've danced with both creation and destruction. I know what it means to lose. I know what it means to create. And I've come to believe that the most powerful force we have in a world spinning out of control is not control. It's not more control. It's not even more technology. It's authentic creation. It's that special sauce that is born out of so many botched meals. It's that light that is born from our darkest places and our darkest nights. It's our life code. It's our unique thumbprint. It's the message that comes out of the biggest messes. It's that something that is so uniquely human and embodied that it resonates with other humans in a way that impacts them and can even change them, because it has a real beating heart, a heart that's been broken. It has a real soul that has felt crushed or confused. And it has a real mind that's capable of thinking beyond space and time, and even beyond anything that has ever existed before. It's not about the production. It's not about the perfection. It's not about content for clicks, but a creation that makes something really click, that really makes something happen in another person. But first, it has to make something happen inside of you. In an age when machines can replicate everything that we can do, your words, your style, even your emotions, the only thing that can't be copied is that part of you that's connected to something that includes more of you, and something that is even bigger than you think you are. And there's a coming creative crisis. I think you know it. Look around, you're seeing it. AI is not just coming for our jobs, it's coming for our creativity, which, beyond just our intelligence, that's what makes us human. That's the ball game, folks. We were not the strongest, the fiercest, the fastest. That's not how we became apex predators and learned to harness the forces of nature so that we're still alive and can thrive. It was our ability to think for ourselves and to create from a place that transcended the conditions we lived in. And that ultimately gave us our meaning and our purpose. And without meaning and purpose, we don't survive. So creativity, made in the image and likeness of God, means you have the same creative faculty of existence itself. That's your power. Because right now, AI can write a screenplay in seconds. It can make a song with your exact tone and lyrics. It can generate a novel with your favorite tropes, plot twists, and voice. It can animate your likeness. It can speak in your voice. It can sell products in your persona. And if you don't do it, somebody else can use your persona to do it. So we're witnessing the rise of what I call not just synthetic people and influencers and companions and products, all of which is happening, but synthetic soul. It looks real, it sounds real, it shines like real gold, but it's fool's gold. And there's nobody behind those eyes. There's not really a life experience behind those words. And that creates a cultural tipping point. Will we forget what's real? What's real art and even real connection and real meaning and real living? Will we forget what that looks like? And even worse, what that feels like? Because when art becomes algorithm, when music becomes just math, when stories are just split tested instead of soul tested, what's left? We've seen that movie. Remember Wall-E? Humans became slugs on conveyor belts, being fed, staring at screens, hypnotized, no longer connected to humanity or the world, while the real world outside was literally being turned into a trash heap. That's the trend. There is an asteroid heading for us, and we're all acting like characters in the movie Don't Look Up. So the hidden purpose of creation is so much more. Most of us were trained to create, dance for mommy and daddy, right? Create for likes, for approval, for followers, for sales, for significance, and even for survival. But the ancient purpose of art, of creation, was not performance. It was communion. It was ceremony. It was ritual. It was soul-to-soul technology that tuned people into what mattered. And it really was equipment for living. The artist wasn't just a performer. The artist was a priest and a priestess. And in ancient cultures, the artist and the art didn't just entertain, it became a revelation of the divine. Creation was how we remembered who we were. It was prophecy, it was healing, and it was rebellion. That's what's increasingly missing today. And that's what AI can't do. You must resist the algorithm, resist audience capture. Like Bob Dylan, just when he made music that the audience loved, he turned it on its head and he made music that defied them, that defied their limits, their tastes, what they thought good music was. They just wanted more hits, and he could have sold them that and rode that gravy train. But that was when he said, all right, no more. I'm continuing to explore and excavate myself. Now I'm going to give you something you don't want, but maybe you need. They literally booed him off the stage at first, and then they followed him because he was really leading. First, he was leading himself. All you that want to be thought leaders, but mostly what you're doing is following old thoughts. You have to have the courage to lead yourself first. He led himself somewhere first, on a quest, on an adventure, with no guarantees. That's the meaning of a real adventure. And then he was able to truly lead them into their mystery. He's like, follow me into the mystery together. And that's why we still listen to his music. And even if you don't like his music, that's why many of the greatest artists, the greatest singers, songwriters, say that it was because of him and because of that they exist and that their music exists. And there are many examples beyond just music, right? Many creators and innovators and leaders in other fields. Whether you like him or not, Steve Jobs was one of them. Oprah was one of them, completely shattered the talk show model and reinvented it for millions of people and many people that followed. Picasso, Van Gogh, even spiritual leaders, obviously. Jesus, Buddha, Mandela, Gandhi, Dr. King. These were people that kept breaking the mold and having the courage to follow the beat of their heart and the pulse of their soul. And sometimes they made art, sometimes they healed the heart, sometimes they helped bring us together instead of tearing us apart. But that was their masterpiece. They didn't just follow a movement or a trend, they became one. They listened, not just to what people were saying, but to what was really being said. The voice inside all of us that we couldn't hear. They became the trend by following their inner movement and trend. They became the one that nobody else was leading. And as a result, they became leaders, change makers. Because each of us has that within us. We each have a unique voice and a unique guidance and a unique beat. And through our art, whatever that may be, our job is to make that visible and audible and manifest so that others can hear it, others can find it, others can follow it, and ultimately find their way through the noise back to the signal within themselves. AI can't replace the artist in the way that people have come to believe to think. It's tempting to say AI can't feel, so it can't create, but it can simulate these feelings. Again, better than most people. The studies they've done on AI companions and AI therapists, people are saying on the studies, on the actual metrics, they prefer the AI over the people. Why is that? Because most people they've already been replaced by robots. We've already been replaced by programs. We've already been hypnotized into following the algorithms from our childhood on and now in the matrix that we're building. But that's not who we really are. And when somebody has the courage to really listen to that part of them, to really let their heart fall apart and then find the treasure in that heartbreak, to live their life experience and not try to hide it and act like they're perfect and stand there like an influencer with their Rolls Royce and the 2 hot chicks on their arms, but instead can share from humility and vulnerability and tell a story from there, write a song, launch a movement. They change not only their history, but ours. That's what's real, that's what's possible, and that's what's always been true. And we're living in an age where increasingly we're in danger of losing that very thing that changes us. It causes a revelation and a revolution and a transformation of our potential, of our society, of each other. But the real artist can do that still. And that real artist is needed now more than ever. Because AI might be able to, again, simulate and remix, your story, but it can't rewrite your soul. It can't carry the ache of loving someone who's gone. It can't cry in the middle of the night and turn to that or turn that into a poem that saves someone else's life in the middle of their dark night. Machines don't metabolize pain into purpose. Only we do that. And that's what makes us real creators, not just consumers, not just content machines, but sacred translators of experience into meaning, and a meaning that changes us, and a meaning that we die without. In a world that's addicted to comfort and speed, your slow, messy, inconvenient, heartfelt truth is revolutionary. So let me just ask you this. This is just a brief little prompt, and just take a moment and really think about this. What is the piece of art that you've been afraid to create because it might not be perfect? Or worse, it might break things. It might make something fall apart before it falls together in a new way. Just take a breath and feel into that, because it's speaking to you, but it may not fit into the algorithm right now. Or what is the story that you haven't told, even in your own life, let alone to the world, because it hurts too much, or it's not marketable enough, or it might first cause pain. It might make people feel more than they're safe with, but then it will make them feel the things they've been hiding and the things they've needed to feel the most, the things that will make them stronger and more able to live into their next chapter. What truth are you sitting on that no AI could ever replicate, because it hasn't lived your life? It hasn't walked your grief. It hasn't loved like you have. The truth that will set you and others free, yes, but at first might anger, scare, and annihilate you and others in their comfortable lies. So today I challenge you to create something that's messy, something that's raw, something that's unfinished, but it's real. Write that poem, sing that song, dance or paint that rage, speak the joy, speak the unspeakable. Don't write it just to post it. Don't worry about perfecting it. Just pour it out. Let it break your heart. Let it crack you open. Let it make you feel more alive. because that is what's going to keep the human spirit alive. We're facing what could be the greatest cultural extinction of our lifetime, not just of our jobs or industries, but of meaning itself. But we don't need to fear this, because the more artificial the world becomes, the more powerful your realness becomes. AI can replicate what you do, but it cannot become who you are. So if you're scared right now, maybe that's good. It means you still care. If you can breathe on a mirror and it fogs up, it means you still got work to do, okay? It means your heart's still beating, your soul is still awake. Let that fear turn into fire, let it burn through the noise and the numbing, and let it ignite the one thing that can't be programmed. Your truth, your voice, your art. Because in the end, creation is not your talent. Creation is your resistance. Creation is your remembrance. Creation is your and our return. Go make something human. But before you do, I still need the likes and the clicks so that you can get more of my content. Click it, like it, share it, and then go make something human. And until next time, remember, live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.